Kelleher in particular. But at half-time, it is so far so very, very good at Anfield. It is Liverpool 0, City 1. Well, let's go back to the studio and we can get the thoughts of Joleon, Izzy and, of course, Natalie.
So City are leading Liverpool in the Premier League 1-0 at half-time. City women are leading Spurs still 1-0. They're way into the second half, midway through the second half now in that quarter-final of the FA Cup. Thank you for joining us again on Matchday Live. Joleon, Lescott and Izzy Christiansen are still with me. You'd think I would be really happy right now, Joleon.
Nah.
Why do I feel like I'm absolutely in bits right now?
Because it's 1-0. I think, obviously, if it's 2, it's more comfortable. And the tempo of the game, I think that's creating more anxiety or making us more anxious. Like, it's ridiculous tempo and pace. I don't know if they can maintain that for another half.
Usually we're chatting during that in the studio. Everyone sits down, everyone has a chat, something to eat, and it's been silent. It's been silent in here for like 45 minutes now. I've never felt it so sort of tense, even though we're winning, Izzy. But like Joleon says there, a lot of times big games are built up, and then it's nothing. I mean, this first 45 minutes has lived up to all of the expectations of this game. Yeah,
it's an unbelievable game to watch, and like for City fans, yeah, I think you could be 3-0 up. And Liverpool have had their chances as well. The game's been, you know, absolutely breathtaking. You know, players are probably happy for the half-time, catch their breath, get a bit of energy on board and go again. But the intensity that Liverpool play at, you've got to give massive credit to them. But it's bringing the best out of Man City as well. And what a goal, by the way. What a goal.
What a goal. So we have former Manchester City Everton player, former Manchester City and Everton player, and it was a current Manchester City former Everton player that scored the goal. Hey, I'm not saying there was a little bit of extra want from John Stones there, but I think maybe there was. Yes. Let's talk about the goal, because I immediately said to you, Joleon, that looked so easy. And you were like, yes, but this is... Yeah, and please describe the part that was not easy.
The pass. Obviously, having spoken to Kevin about how they do the set pieces, and it's like, I'm not sure if they're picking the set piece that works for Kevin. Like, I don't know if that is a set piece if Kevin's injured. Do you know what I mean? So again, he's recognising that you have the attributes and the capabilities to play that pass. So these are the options for you, and then you decide when you're out there. And like I said, that pass, if it's a left foot out, it's a lot easier, isn't it? Because it's in swing and it's not going to go out. That has to be literally, there's probably a yard off the line with his right foot. So to whip that outwards and not kick it out of play for a goal kick is ridiculous.
Do you think he saw John Stones run, or do you think John Stones reacted to his...
No, that was already set up. So that was,
Because Ake, you can see what Ake does, and what you say there about the shape of the ball that De Bruyne has put in. It's a in-swinging ball with his right foot. But the body shape of Ake to block, I think it was McAllister at the front post. He doesn't foul him. It's an easy job to do. You could easily foul him, and the referee could see that.
Be too aggressive,
Ake does it perfectly. Just blocks McAllister front post space, and as the Liverpool defence shift one way, he's just wrapped it in, and then John Stones is the man at the front post. It's smart. I was saying Kevin De Bruyne's. Like, to see it, do you know what I mean? Like, it is a routine, but to see it and to play it at the right time, unbelievable. And I feel it, you know, former City and Everton player getting one over on Liverpool. Big celebration from John Stones.
The well-placed sign there that City fans brought as well. Johnny Stones there. Beautiful.
Good picture, that, innit? It's a good picture.
That is it.
I just wish he was at the cup. Top end.
Another one. Jumped on the hoardings if that was the cop end.
Probably not. Don't think he would have got down. Okay.
It's a bit Grealish-esque, isn't it? On the on the bus.
Yes, I love that. Talk just a little bit more about the practice that goes into set pieces. So, how would this set piece? What would happen from the point where, do they talk about it? Do they try things out? How does it develop, and how would that have come about?
The coach that's responsible for identifying that would pick, like I said, 2 or 3 different options, and you go out, you execute them. I can't imagine it take that long with Kevin to get the feel of what technique he's going to have to use. Like, having played with some players, technically good, but not like Kevin. You may do 6 or 7 reps of each option. They understand which one feels right. But Kevin's probably like, show me the footage. Where does it need to be? I can put it there. It's not a problem. I don't need to practice. And then, again, then you go out there and you have to see it, don't you? Like, it's all right seeing it on film and recognising it. Like, we've never known that was an option against Liverpool, but obviously they've seen that, and then Kevin's been able, because that was Was it McAllister? Was probably 4 or 5 yards off the line.
Yeah.
So the gap isn't that far, isn't big enough to just go, yeah, I'm going to do this. It has to be spot on. And Ake's role in that is equally as important as John Stones and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah. I did actually YouTube throughout the first half. The Trent Alexander-Arnold corner in exactly the same position from the right-hand side against Barcelona when Liverpool needed a comeback. Yeah. Just to have a little look at how much similarities there were, because obviously Alexander-Arnold was a little bit, vocal in the build-up to this game. He's not available, and it almost feels a little bit like City have done what he did against Barcelona with that set piece. We don't see it too often, working like clockwork like City have performed it today. I looked at it. It wasn't quite the same. But it was the same type of delivery.
This was more.
This was more of a routine. Yeah, exactly. But the delivery was similar.
Yeah.
And then the finish from John Stones it just looked simple, but as you say, you've described the whole difficult part of it. In terms of the rest of the game, City came out the traps really, really fast. I mean, in the opening sort of 10 minutes, we were thinking, oh my goodness, what are we witnessing? But to give Liverpool credit, they certainly fought back into the game, Izzy. Yeah,
they did, and they've definitely played their part. Look, this game is not as intense as it is without Liverpool playing the way they play, and they have had chances. Szoboszlai, I think it was Nunez at the back stick as well. So that the type of game it is going to be chances, but it's just who opts to start controlling in the second half. And Liverpool have got to keep going. Yeah. They've got to get themselves back into it, and I think at some point City need to push for the second and possibly the third. But Liverpool are going to come at them. And they've obviously got Salah on the bench. So it'll be fascinating to see how second half unfolds.
Just quickly talk to us about the Kop end situation, because we heard Alistair talk about it in the first half. So Kyle Walker won the toss and he decided to switch ends because, of course, Liverpool like shooting towards the Kop in the second half. You've played at Anfield. What's the difference between Liverpool shooting towards Anfield in the second half, the Kop in the first half or the second half?
The noise, again, that's where they're... all their home fans are in the Kop end, and the velocity would be the right word. It's probably about 8 foot slope downhill. It's real steep, that. So when you're defending that goal, and naturally your team gets deeper, whether you're defending a lead or whatever, you just get drawn back, and it feels like you're getting sucked into your goal, and they're sucking the ball into the goal. So that is definitely the right thing to do. There's not many stadiums in the Premier League that have that capability or that has effect like that. So yeah, that's one of the smartest things Kyle would have done, and it would have been spoken about, is if we can, let's change sides.
If you're now the second half of City shooting towards the Kop, does that affect you at all?
No, well, it affects you downhill, so you're going downhill now.
Right, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So clearances will be easier. Like, it won't sap your legs as getting out and stuff like that. So as much as they'll want to obviously push forward and be used to the tempo that they've set, like, it's going to be a lot more physical for them to maintain that, even though I think they're probably capable of doing it, because this is the way Liverpool play.
Yeah.
We're having to match Liverpool's tempo here. We're normally like a bit more controlled and have a lot more sustained pressure, where that's not the case. So you could see a lot of our players like physically like, oh, I'm not used to playing at this tempo, where Liverpool kind of obviously are.
Yeah.
Love that insight. Thank you so much. Right, we're going to go back over now to the Citizens' Arms here in the city centre of Manchester, where Liam is with Nicky Weaver.
Half-time here at the Citizens' Arms with Asahi. 1-0 City, Nicky. How are we feeling after that first half?
Obviously great, because we're 1-0 up. It's been an enthralling encounter, end-to-end. City started off great, then Liverpool got a foothold in the game. So yeah, it's been end-to-end. I just think the next goal in this game is going to be massive.
We touched on it when we was having a chat earlier. It's been played at some speed, right?
Yeah, whether they can keep that up for the whole 90-95 minutes, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's been end-to-end. It's been like a basketball match at times. Some really quality from both sides. And yeah, ultimately City have got the goal, and that's the only stat that really matters at the minute.
We've got to speak about him, Kevin De Bruyne. That ball, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's obviously something that's been worked on the training grounds. Obviously Liverpool do the zonal marking from corners. I think Nathan Ake gets a great block in, and it allows John Stones just to run free, and it's the sort of simplest of tap-ins, and it's quite a strange goal really, something you don't see that often, but certainly off the training ground. And yeah, the first goal in any game of football, is always going to be vital, but particularly in a massive game like this, it's a massive goal for City.
I feel like one of the questions with Liverpool trailing, how long can they keep Salah off the field?
listen, he's going to get on the field soon, isn't he? Whether he comes on at half-time, I'm not sure, because it's not as if Liverpool are, they're not out of the game, they're not doing bad. They're creating things, but I certainly think we'll see Mo Salah with 20 or 30 minutes to go.
Second half, what does City need to do to maintain or press on to continue this?
I think they've got to keep doing the same things. Keep getting De Bruyne, Foden, Alvarez on the ball in those dangerous areas. Obviously, they've been feeding Haaland. He's had a couple of half chances, and if he gets more chances, he's going to take one of them. So, yeah, I think they've got to keep doing what they're doing. And as I said before, when you're 1-0, the next goal in this game's massive. If it goes to City, you expect City to go on and win. If it goes to Liverpool, it's game on. Right,
I'm going to bring in Adam. Adam, if you'd like to come and join us, if you just jump in the middle here.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Adam, what have you made of the first half?
Again, it's been quite end-to-end. I think obviously City, we've had the better chances. When Haaland, he gets another few chances. It doesn't matter how many he gets, he always gets the goal in the end. So I think that's inevitable. Obviously, Liverpool's still really in the game. It's a really close one. Exciting one for the fans. So, I'm just buzzing to be here for it.
I feel like a lot of people have said this Liverpool team isn't at full strength. There's a few injuries. Do you feel like with that's almost like pressure off the shoulders, right?
Yeah, no, I think it gives another chance for other players to try and shine in the game. And, they are, they're creating chances. They are trying their best. Obviously, Nuno's missed a few offsides as well. But yeah, inevitable. I think Salah will come on at some point, but obviously gives the other players a chance to try and break out into the squad and try and show what they can do on the big stage, really.
I feel like it's almost like a cup game, right? Is this expected? When City and Liverpool play, is this what the sort of standard we expect?
Yeah, I think obviously within the last few years or so, it's really ramped up the pressure with these top two sides as well. So, I especially think Liverpool are treating this as a big game. Obviously, a huge game for City as well. But yeah, no, I can't split it. I think obviously we'll get over the line, but it's going to be a close one, and hopefully we need another goal just to keep it short.
Adam, Nikki, thank you very much. Huge second half upcoming.
Thank you so much to the guys there at the Citizens Arms in the city centre. Just to update you on the other game that's taking place today, our women's team are playing Spurs in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. It's in the 85th minute now. It's still 1-0 to City. City dominating possession in the game up to about 70%. Only the 2 shots on target for City, though 1 shot on target for Spurs. Give it 5 more minutes and hopefully they'll be moving into the semi-final where Chelsea, Manchester United and Leicester have already claimed their places. So the FA Cup, the women's game, has about 5 minutes to go. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Few minutes to go here until the second half starts. We saw shots there of Salah and Robertson warming up. Do you think that they're going to make changes at half-time? Because, I mean, a few of those players must be knackered, Izzy.
Yeah, listen, it's a tough one because you don't want to come across too desperate and go, this is a panic button, we need to put Salah and Robertson on. There is a question, why didn't Robertson start? You were just saying there, weren't you, Joleon? And I don't know, I think it was maybe stability with Gomez at left back, but I mean, Robertson's got such a threat going forward that could hurt City, but the intensity...
I don't think it's Gomez, though. I think Bradley would come off.
Oh, do you reckon then he'd go the other side?
Yeah,
okay,
I'd be surprised if he brought off Gomez.
Yeah,
Bradley did look tired towards the end.
Yeah, and it's a big game.
And it's Doku's coming on at some point. Listen,
yeah, that's a great point.
You're going to be sapped. So, and again, he wouldn't have faced someone of that level. So, yeah. Normally, when you warm up at half time, you're coming on it. Yeah. You're normally coming on. So, again, it wouldn't surprise me. But who knows?
Pepper want a little bit more control in the game, but they've got to push for the second and the third. Got to.
Please. I need to try
That's simple.
I need to try and enjoy some of this game.
No.
So the Liverpool team are coming out then. You'll get your second half commentary with Alistair Mann and with Michael Brown on the Manchester City app. If you're not watching on there currently, switch over to there now. Alistair Mann will tell you if indeed Mohamed Salah is coming on. We're trying to see. We're trying to get a little glimpse, but we can't see yet. So if he is coming on, then Alistair Mann will let you know. Joleon, Izzy and I will be back here in 45 minutes, where hopefully we're talking about the women being in the semi-final of the FA Cup. And oh Lord, hopefully we're talking about a Manchester City win. We'll see you in 45 minutes.
Welcome back to Anfield. It's been the big question on most people's lips since the start of the game, since we saw the teams that were announced. And the fact is that Salah has not come out yet. It would seem City